Welcome back. You're watching Morning Live. Thank you for staying with us. Now, in his latest read titled Backstage Actor minus A Front Stage Life, author and storyteller Champ Payne puts a spotlight on challenging readers to live a creative and authentic life. In the book, Champ takes us through what he calls the 50 hacks for a dream life, guidelines that are set to help us turn our lives around and assume the responsibility of being lead actors in our own storylines. Now, to tell us more about this offering, Champ joins me from our Cape Town studio. Champ, good morning. Thank you very much. Let's get into this idea of moving away from the backstage and living your life in the front part of it, on the front stage. Give me a sense of what your book's about.
Good morning. I think in a nutshell, it's about just living the life you've always wanted to live. So if I can take my own life as an example, I wanted to write a book about 10 or 12 years ago and then just delayed the process for, 10 or 12 years. So I really want to challenge people to stop doubting themselves and start living creative lives. So, that's how we came about the book. And I use a theater as a metaphor for life. So I'm saying that life is like a theater production. If we don't play the role we were cast for, we're living as backstage actors. That's really living on the back of the stage.
Yeah. Talk to me about, because one of the things you talk about is the 50 hacks. What are those 50 hacks that people subscribe to willingly, unwillingly? They've made it part of their lives. Just mention some of them for me.
I think that, so I work in change management, so this book is ideally about creating awareness that there is a problem. And in this case, the problem is that people are not living their lives. So I think the hacks in this sense is anything from understanding that every day your actions, you're busy writing your life story, and also to stop being jealous of the success of other people, but to focus on your life and the story that you are busy writing. And I think there's also a thing about learning to forgive yourself. A lot of times we deny ourselves maybe small pleasures or try to punish ourselves because of the mess we've made in the past. So it's really learning to embrace grace as well.
I want to talk about something that you touched on that I think is so pertinent to this conversation. There are a lot of jealous people walking around, and they don't know why they're jealous. They have an idea, or they get the sense through the picket fence that person's life is perfect. That person might have a new contract, might drive a flashy car, and we are quietly jealous. Why?
I think I spend a lot of time on social media, and I think that's the picture we continually paint to one another, that it's this life of success and cars and luxury, and I think there's more to life. As I was driving to the studio this morning, I saw people sleeping on the street, and I was, started to think about dreams again. And I think it's about the people you get to take with you on this journey. So if I have a dream of starting a business, I can take a lot more people with me and help them succeed. So, I think we need to redefine how we see success. For me, success is not to have a flashy car, but it's really setting a goal and achieving that.
Have you ever been jealous of somebody, unexplained jealousy?
Yeah, I actually write about it in the book. There's this friend of mine, and he's literally everything I want to do, he's doing, and he's just so good at it. And, for years you resent this person, and then you realize, but it's actually you're keeping yourself from, creating your own art and writing your story. So it's something I've had to learn to deal with and just work through a process of, blessing other people and hoping the best for them.
Look, we all talk a really good game. We all wake up in the morning and we all want to be on top. We are going to do new stuff. Sometimes we frame it as resolutions for the year. But why are we so comfortable being backstage? Why do we adopt that so quickly? Why is everybody, they talk a great game, but they live kind of mediocre lives?
Yes, I think it's two reasons, and I know a lot of writers, they say when they write a book, they write it for themselves, and I think case in point with my book. So two things in my life is that one, you don't back yourself, or you doubt yourself, which can also be a trait of your personality type. And the other thing is you settle in comfort. And with comfort, I mean, for one person, it can be to earn a salary and to drive a luxurious car, or another person, it's just I'm getting by. Even though I am in debt, you know, there is money, there is food on the table, so we're in a comfort zone. So, you know, I think those are the two primary reasons people just settle for comfort. And also there's this thing of love. If you find the perfect person, then, you know, what's the point of living the dream or pushing towards your dream?
Champ, we're going to leave it there, but thank you very much for joining us from our Cape Town studio. That's storyteller and author Champ Payne speaking to us about his latest offering titled Backstage Actor minus a Front Stage Life, a book that is guaranteed to help the reader to living an authentic and creative life on the front stage. And no, I'm not making up his name. His name is Champ Payne. We're taking a break. Don't go anywhere.